Player 2 has entered the game.
Welcome to Player 2 Podcast with Ben and Adam.
Hello.
So, we kind of messed up on the last episode, didn't we?
Well, a little bit. There was an error with the video. It got corrupted. I've been trying to fix it, but it just...
It's gone.
It's gone. We've got the audio, so we're gonna put that out.
Which is good for a podcast.
Yeah, it is.
That is handy.
It is kind of a video podcast as well, so I think we're gonna try.
What would we have done if it was alright? Well, we would just dubbed over it, like
if
we lost the audio.
Hopefully the
camera would get it.
Audio.
No, I'm just.
So it'd be like episode 1 with the.
I just like the idea that we'll have to go back and do like a voiceover, and we'll do each other's bits.
That'll be quite amazing. Yeah, so we're going to release the audio.
So for episode 3, this is episode 4.
Yeah, it's going to be episode 4, but episode 3 is going to be audio only. But we're still going to have like it on YouTube, but you're not going to see our lovely mugs.
Yeah, you didn't come here for good-looking people, did you?
No.
You came here for hairy guys and video game discussion.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. We've got so much fucking news to talk about.
Yeah, well, we only really talked about E3 in the last 2 episodes.
I mean, the last 2 episodes is a whole lot of E3. So you'd said on the drive over that you hadn't seen, but Call of Duty have done a multiplayer reveal for Modern Warfare. The new Modern Warfare, which is called Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a thing
not
in
a
itself,
fan
really.
of... It's like... Just, why name it the same things that's already been named before?
Why not just call it MW4? Like,
yeah,
that's fine. Like, the series is established. I think it's weirder because this is the first generation where backwards compatible is the thing, and remasters have been fucking huge.
Yeah.
So, like, literally on your PS4 or your Xbox One or your PC, you can literally have Modern Warfare Remastered, and beside it, you're going to have Modern Warfare.
Yeah, and like on things like on Steam, it'll have to have like Modern Warfare 2019 or 2020, whatever.
It was like the whole Star Wars Battlefront thing, like that.
Yeah.
Like, so many people.
Well, I've got that because I've got that on Steam. I've got Battlefront 2, the original, and then that comes up as like Battlefield 2 2002 or whatever it was.
Well, they kept calling it. Was it EA Star Wars?
Yeah.
That was like their signifier. That's what differentiates us. Where EA Star Wars. Like, okay.
But it was.
Just give it another name.
Yeah.
Or just like call it Battlefront, but then add some new name to it.
Call it Battlefront 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's the third
I
Battlefront
don't even
game.
know why that was staring at
So
us.
technically we'll be on Battlefront 4 now.
Yeah.
Because we've had Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2,
and then
Star Wars Battlefront.
No, EA Star Wars Battlefront.
Sorry, EA Star Wars Battlefront, and then EA Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like...
So if they lose the license and it goes to a third studio, do we get it all again?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably can't
Activision, Star Wars Battlefront.
They'll lose the license, but they'll probably not like lose the rights to like Battlefront or something.
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlegrounds.
I mean, we're going to probably talk about it in what you're playing, but I kind of want to talk about Battlefront now. Just because I feel like it's the perfect time to tie in. I've actually been enjoying it a little bit recently because they've added a mode, Capital Supremacy.
That was added a little while ago.
Yeah,
because I reinstalled it a couple months ago and was playing that for a bit.
So there's that, and they've added the Droidicas.
Yeah, that's new. I haven't seen that.
Like, it had been months since I'd played it, so like this was even longer. This could be even 6 months ago. They've added because they've made it more like Battlefield. So you've got squad spawning now, which you never had. You had it in the last Battlefront of this generation, EA Star Wars Battlefront.
Okay.
Like you had that. You had a partner in that.
Yeah,
you could spawn on your partner. It would just randomly team you up unless you'd obviously chose to be playing with a friend, for example. But in this one, it was missing, and it's good to have that back. It feels a lot more Battlefront, and like I'm enjoying the Capital Supremacy mode because it basically added conquest.
Yeah.
On not all the maps, but on enough that it's really
that it's good.
Yeah. Because the biggest problem I had with that game isn't the Star Card bullshit. It was the flanking routes. It's like the maps were just like 3 choke points.
Yeah, it was like a 3-lane MOBA style map. Yeah.
And it was just because your grenades spawn like one every 30 seconds, something like that. And then when you respawn, you've got another grenade straight away. It was just those 3 choke points just become people
lobbing grenades.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it is. There's loads of different ones who do it, but like there's different heroes and hero classes who they can see through walls.
Right.
And I think it was Jack Frags that did it in one of his videos where it's like this is the problem with this game, and he was like, did this like perk where you could see through the walls, and there was at a choke point, and there was a doorway, and his whole team was there, and then he did the thing to see through the wall, and the other whole team was just on the other side of that wall, just waiting at that door, just throwing grenades, and it's like that's gone with the capital supremacy, because it's like Conquest, which is obviously there's the flags on the map, and you just choose which one you want to go to at any given time, which means you can get behind people and you can have interest in fights again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've been really enjoying it.
I've reinstalled it because you and another friend were talking about it, saying you've been playing it. So
I mean, it's still not perfect or anything. It'll never be. It's a pretty casual game. Like, it's not as hardcore as the other games, and there's the massive imbalance, just like in Battlefield 1 with the elite classes, where a hero just has so much health. You're doomed to die when you encounter them. But it does say heroic sacrifice at least. So that's nice. That's what you do. Because I'm not upset about that death. It was a heroic sacrifice.
When you're running away from the hero because you see him coming.
That's brilliant that it's come from EA, because I feel like that's like EA's thing. Like, we just rebrand things what they want.
Yeah. Well, there's another segue.
Yeah, that probably.
That's a big topic.
We'll come back to Call of Duty. It's worth talking about, but we'll come back to it because this is the big one. I'm going to let you go in this first.
Right, so which one do I go with first? The fact that EA don't like to be called the bad guys?
I mean, that's a good place to start.
Because I mean that's the latest thing I think out of them, isn't it? That I can't remember his name. It was one of the executives.
It was one of the executives, yeah.
It says, he really struggles with
the
EA being in the EA being branded the bad guys. Well, stop doing things that make you the bad guys.
Stop being a bad guy.
Yeah. Stop being a dick and you'll not get called a dick. I mean, it's an easy solution.
That was insane. How could you not think you're the bad guys? Just look at public perception.
I know.
Look at you're the reason people are looking at loot boxes because of Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
What's hilarious is Battlefront 2 never actually launched with loot boxes because of the backlash. So it was prior to the launch that the kickoff began, when everyone in the YouTube community in particular really backlashed, and then had them taken out of the game straight away. Sorry,
we're not calling them loot boxes anymore.
Yeah, sorry, they've been rebranded. They're heroic sacrifices.
Surprise
that's what my wallet feels like, and it's a heroic sacrifice.
It's not. There's nothing heroic about it.
So yeah, it was UK Parliament that they were in.
Yeah, because they like obviously was it Belgium were the first to brand like surprise mechanics. So I'm not going to call them that. Loot boxes as like gambling.
Yeah.
Which like I think I've said in a previous episode, I'm on the fence about it being gambling.
Yeah.
Like I understand there's a gambling aspect to it, but you can't lose. And for me, gambling, you have to be able to lose. It's a whole other debate, and I know I'm not the only one, but I know I'm in a minority when it comes to that. And that's not to say that I agree with them, because I do think they are predatory and
that's the problem.
Vile.
Like I say, on the personal side, I've covered. I think we've covered it in every episode so far. Is that obviously I just want them out of my games.
Yeah.
I feel like the spoil games, the spoil progression in games in particular, like in shooting games, classically in the past, it's time played is what unlocks you and nets you better benefits in the game. So like there is always been kind of it's like not so much a pay to win, but obviously play to win was always the case in shooters, where it's like the best guns are for the people who've played 40 hours.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But I have a problem with that.
Like,
in the sense that those people don't need the best guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so there is an issue with progression in general and how to do it correctly.
Yeah, because the other thing as well is a lot of people don't have the time to put in, and if they want to play with the best guns, they can pay money to unlock them. It's their kind of choice.
Yeah.
As long as they're accessible to everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's what EA have been putting in since, I think, maybe Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
Where it was like you can, the shortcut packs, shortcut bundle. I mean, I was pretty bad in Battlefield, I think. It might have been Battlefield 3 even. You could buy it per class.
Yeah.
So like if you just played like Assault or you just played Medic, you could just buy the shortcut. And you're like, well, I only want the Medic gun, so it's cool that you have that choice. But then it was like, the total really racks up if you want all of the guns.
Yeah, but at least then you know what you're paying for.
Yeah.
And everyone knows what you're paying for.
I'm happy for the people to be able to pay for the items that you want.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the best kind of microtransaction, if there is to be one.
Yeah.
Is to get exactly what's on the tin.
Yeah, the problem is when it becomes... There are, obviously with a lot of these, there are advantages because some of the guns are just downright better than the starter guns. But the thing that's like, it's the random nature of like, if you want the best gun, if you can pay for the best gun because you don't have the time to grind to get the best gun, I kind of don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
People are. It's when kids come into it.
Mm-hmm.
As adults, you should be responsible yourself. Like,
I know it's hard to feel sorry for a guy when it's like, oh, I've spent 10 grand on FIFA, and you're like, well, you are like 35, mate.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's impressive you've got 10 grand to waste on FIFA. But
it's one of those subjects where it's really easy to take a stance of these are horrible, and you know, and I think there is a place for them.
Yeah.
Because there's a place in things like where it's well established, stuff like Magic the Gathering, for instance, which is its whole business model is built around random packs.
That's what you do.
And like there are other sources, and you can trade them like cards with people and stuff, and that's fine. I do think there's a place for it. There just needs to be a lot more clarity in things.
That's the thing. They need to be showing odds and things like that. And like, I'm all for putting labels on boxes. You know what I mean? Just label the product clearly. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the age old argument of, you know, we all played 18s as children. Like, we all played games.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was your parents' decision. Your parent could see the box. But obviously it's a different age now, isn't it? Because, I mean, I'm sure it was recently, it was some kid spent 2,500 quid on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Or was it, it might have been FIFA. And it was like, the dad had bought them 1 pack or 2 packs each or something. He'd spent like 8 quid. But then obviously it saved the details.
The details, yeah.
And then the kids, just over the course of a month, like bought 100 packs or 200 packs. And
yeah,
like,
well, the kids don't realise
they
that
don't.
like it's real money. It's just like the other thing as well is in situations like that, a lot of the modern consoles have parental controls to stop things like that happening.
Absolutely, they do. It's just what parent actually goes on. And
Yeah, I think
it's like the terms and conditions, isn't it? It's on you essentially.
And you're going to find that. I think going forward in the future, there's going to be a lot more. There should just be more education about that sort of thing. And
what is good, and I think, like, testament to these companies as much as they are the bad guys in the situation, is every time there's been one of these outlying examples of accidental really overspending, they've just given them money back straight away, no questions asked.
Yeah.
So, but not even like this, like even before they've contacted the papers and stuff like that. It wasn't like, I had to go and call the Sunday Sun and be like, my kid spent like, no, like you contact support, they'll be like, yeah, you didn't mean to spend $2,000. We know that.
Yeah.
I'll pay $2,000 back, sort of thing. So I think that's quite cool because they don't have to do that, because they could say, well, no, you're the parent.
Yeah.
You should be in charge of your
funds. But then
funds.
that's just terrible publicity.
But but it's not worth it, is it, for their part? But they are doing that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely scope for loot boxes to be done right. Like I quite like the act of getting a surprise, like opening a surprise up. Like I've always kind of liked rolling the dice. Yeah. You know. And seeing what I get.
Gambling, what?
Yeah, well,
this is entrapment. Like, come on, guys, SWAT teams.
Like, the problem with it is a lot of because of the rarity of items in boxes, they become worth more to players because players want them. Yeah. And it's the players that kind of set the cost of things.
They set the cost and how exclusive an item is. And
like
also it's not so much how exclusive it is, because that's set on the parameters by the loot box, but like the desirability, you know what I mean? So that comes down to the players. So you know. Yeah,
and that a lot of the time comes down to like
skull mask's the coolest skull mask. You have to have that.
It comes down to Twitch streamers, YouTubers, pro players. Like, they use this, so I want that.
Day one with like Apex Legends, it was like all of them had Wraith's knife. Like all the big streamers had Wraith's knife straight away, and then everyone was like, I need to get Wraith's knife. I've got to, you know, what I mean? I want that shit. You know?
But like that thing, you're guaranteed that after like 500 loot boxes or something.
5 million loot boxes.
But like there's a number where it's like I got
it on my 3rd or 4th, you know.
Really?
Yeah, like if I didn't get the skin, I just got the kunai or whatever.
Yeah, but like that's like as long as it's guaranteed, and it's the same with well, in Apex's loot, like it's every 30 cases or no, it might not even be 30. Right. But there's a number where you're guaranteed a legendary item from it, which
pretty good,
is fine. Like, you've got to open a lot, and you might get them before that, and then that resets your tick.
I like that because I've like, as much as I hate loot boxes, but I mean I like that is because I've been historically really unlucky. Like, obviously, I've been very lucky with Apex, but it's probably because I don't care about Apex too much, so it's sod's law. But games that I've usually cared about, for example, on what was it called? The game where you rob banks with your friends and you wear masks.
Payday.
Payday. On Payday 2, on the 360, I was level 53 and I'd got 1 mask.
Really?
And my friend who I played with, who was also level 53, had 12.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any, you know what I mean? But I had all the gun attachments and he had hardly any gun attachments.
Yeah.
And it was just like, but I'm like, but I want the cool cosmetic masks, you know what I mean? And I've just got none. And then hilarious when I played it on Xbox One, because they updated it on Xbox One, like straight away I had like 10 masks within the first 5 levels or something, you know what I mean? And same with, I think, I've spoken about before with Overwatch, like I played loads during the Halloween event, the very first one, and I was so excited for those skins and I got like 1, I think.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think I got one, I think I played so much that I got enough coin to buy one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, there's definitely, like, opening stuff is fun, especially when
they do
you
it
get
intentionally
those...
though, they give it cool sound effects and they do
it's all
give it the whole
designed by
pizzazz.
psychologists
God,
to
it's
like
terrible, isn't it?
get
It
those
is,
hooks in you,
absolutely.
and it works, and
It was just
it
like
works
to
a bit
this,
too well.
like
Is
I
the
said, they
problem.
were with the UK Parliament, and they were like obviously talking to the Gambling Commission, and it was just how shady they were acting.
Yeah,
That was the big problem, because they were acting like they were criminals.
yeah.
They were acting really shady.
It was these loot boxes. No, like we don't call them loot boxes. We refer to them as surprise mechanics.
Because people love surprise mechanics.
Yeah,
If you just look at anything.
it's like
Hence why I have a Kinder Egg on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Because they compared it to a Kinder Egg. But the main reason is just the anecdotal thing. The reason I have this Kinder Egg is because Lottie, my girlfriend, had a Kinder Egg. But you know, like when you catch someone in the act of eating something and they look awkward, how do you, first of all, how do you eat a Kinder Egg?
how do I eat a Kinder
How would
Egg?
you eat a Kinder Egg? What would you do?
I would split it in half.
There we go, yeah, like a normal person, you'd split it in half.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's how people joke.
Literally just like clamped on it. And honestly, I feel like had I not looked and stopped that, it would have just been the whole thing, and then she would have just spat like the toy out built. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm saying that on the podcast, it's like, don't. I was like, no, I will. I have to.
Hey, it's your funeral, mate.
But it's just... But yeah, they compared it to Kinder Eggs. And
That's why there's a warning label.
Comparison, though. I know, exactly.
Like
Joke
0 to
was
3 like age. Was
She's
it 0 to 3 sad onions?
She's just over 3, my girlfriend, yeah. So it's fine. Dangerous game. But yeah, I don't like the comparison to Kinder Eggs.
No, I don't like the...
Kinder Eggs, you are guaranteed a physical product that is tangible in the real world. Like if Apex turn their servers off,
Oh
your
yeah,
skins are gone.
yeah,
You know
and
what I
it's
mean?
that's the same thing with, like, obviously I mentioned Magic earlier. It's
Yeah.
built around that. It's like the stuff that video games are doing damages that industry.
Yeah, it does.
And it
yeah,
turns that
Magic's
into, like-
essentially killing itself, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I suppose it's keeping it's like choking itself for a better version of itself. Or
yeah. Like, I think it's Magic's been around for so long; it's established, and people know that that's how the game works. Like, you buy boosters and stuff, and you open them, and you get your cards, and then you trade them and sell them. Because most people, they're looking for specific cards, like, so they can, like, get a card that's really rare and then sell it. And some of them are worth a ridiculous amount of money straight out the box. Like,
oh god, yeah.
some people buy booster boxes, which is a box of 60 packs, 60 packs, with the idea of them making money on it.
Right.
Because they open it and all they need is 5 or 6 cards, and you're guaranteed a certain number of, like, the legendary mythic, I think they're called. Like, you're guaranteed a certain number, and you're guaranteed a certain number of legendaries within the box.
If you get 2 or 3, if you're lucky enough,
you can
money of your box back,
money of your box back,
something.
and some profit and stuff. Or you might be looking for that card for your deck, sort of thing. Like,
that's quite cool, I suppose, in a way, because once again, there's like a value assessed to it. There's nothing you can do with your duds.
yeah,
Like, sometimes they'll give you virtual currency in the game, but usually it's for another spin of the wheel, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, here's some more. Oh, we've got enough for another loot box. Whereas, like, at least with that, you know, like, if you might already have that mythic, then you could at least make some money off this duplicate mythic you've just found. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, that's
And you're getting a tangible product, and within the boosters, you're generally getting enough out of it. you might not get all the cards you want, but you get enough to trade and sell that
That's
you
why
might
I
not
hate
make
that
your money
comparison,
back.
because
But
they'll say like, well, if they do, if like, you know, loot boxes are bad, then sticker books are bad. And you're like, well, no, like you have a sticker book, like that's your sticker book forever. Like there's people now like our age who are in their 30s and they have a full sticker book, they have a full collection of Pokemon cards, and they still have them, and they have a monetary value because they're worth something now.
yeah,
None of this shit is worth. Like FIFA's the biggest example. Everything you've put in a FIFA is dead within 12 months because they've replaced the game and the system starts again.
Yeah,
Your
and
brilliant team doesn't carry over or anything.
Yeah, like this, all those things have a value because someone had to work on them. So like an artist and a programmer or whatever to create it. But once their hour of work's paid for this one thing, that thing then has no value anymore.
And like, let's be honest, how much is their hours of work? You know what I mean? For one card. Let's even argue 100 quid. You know what I mean? For an hour, and it's one card.
Yeah.
And then how much do they make? Tenfold. Like everyone I know has a story of like someone. Oh, this person I know spent hundreds. This person I know spent hundreds. Like, you know.
Yeah, there's. I know people who've spent money.
Yeah, I've got friends who still spend money on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with adults doing whatever they want to enjoy themselves. And I don't mind it in FIFA games because I was never interested in the FIFA game, so I don't feel like they've ruined that. It's the fact that it's seeping into genres I care about. Yeah. Obviously, being a big shooter player, it's annoying to me that it's ruining shooters. Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, it's one of those things where where do you draw the line? Like, because for me, anything that has gameplay consequences, like a stat up or anything, no, I don't want it.
Blackout's just become pay to win recently.
Really?
I've seen that.
I haven't seen that.
They have it so that you can call in, if you pay actual money, you can call in like a loot drop in the middle of the game, and you get the best guns. Basically, at these loot drops, so you have a high chance of the best guns and better gear and better armor. Like this guy was like one guy, I can't think of his name now, on YouTube. On YouTube, I was watching, and he is like a really exceptionally good player. So like he wins nearly every game anyway, and he was like, look at this bullshit, and he calls in the airdrop, and it's just like he gets 2 class guns, his friend gets a class gun, and he gets level 3 armor and 2 trauma kits or something, and he's like, I don't know what it was, $4 or something in America, but it's just like, what? It's literally pay to win. They broke that game completely. Because that's the thing, I've said this before, one of the things I don't really enjoy about Battle Royale games is the random, because I feel like a lot of the time you can just absolutely lose to someone with a better gun, and you can, that's fine. But that it's not that people shouldn't play the game. I'm just personally starting to feel like they're not so much for me anymore. Yeah. I'd rather have a game where I like, at least I pick the guns I like and be out with them, you know what I mean? But that's mental that they've just broke that system, because that is what a Battle Royale is. A Battle Royale kind of is random. That's kind of the appeal of a Battle Royale. And then you're eliminating that random. It's like they're not adding loot boxes at launch, and people heralding them as like, Call of Duty, they're just so good, they care about the fans so much. Look at this. And then like a few months later on a patch, they're like, here's the loot boxes, here's the skins that you can only get through buying. Yeah,
and they've already made their money from the sales of the game.
I know. I mean, they've been the worst for years anyway. Like with the season pass, where like you buy a DLC, like not even the season pass, just any individual DLC, will come with say 20 guns. You don't get those guns. They just get added to the loot pool of items you may get. But then the loot pool's obviously full of shitty items you don't give a fuck about. Yeah. Where it's like, here's a calling card, and like nobody cares what the calling card looks like. I don't care. So if someone kills me, I don't look at their calling card and go, it's a class calling card.
That's so much like that is.
They just pad them out, and then like you don't get the guns you've paid for, and then now Blackout's pay to win. I mean, it's not like the argument is that a skilled player will always win against a shit player, but doesn't matter. But still, it's enough.
Now that skilled player can also pay money to, like.
Exactly. The argument obviously
become even better.
Stands in the thing, but like in most shooters with a sniper, if it's not a headshot, it's not an instant kill. But so say me and you are evenly matched, or exactly evenly matched, and we both hit body shots on each other. If you have the gun that's pay to win, which is a one-hit kill, you've beat us unfairly then, haven't you? Because we'd be shooting each other twice at the exact same time, but you'd kill me because
I've paid money.
You paid money for the better gun.
Like, I mean, it's like we were talking about earlier. Like, as long as that gun can be gained via playing, like
I haven't looked into it enough because I don't know if it's a case of when you call that drop in, if a player kills you, they can get you a drop, which you've paid for, which I can understand. But then it really feels like gambling then, because that is a gamble, because you could get nothing. Because then you can literally get nothing, because then the argument of loot boxes essentially would fall flat in that sense, because you could pay money for nothing if it's a case of a player can kill you and you don't get your box. But I don't know, I've not looked into it.
No, I don't know how it
It'd probably
works.
be a case of that it's locked to the person who paid for it.
That's
But
insane.
that's insane, wasn't it? For such a big game as well.
Yeah. Okay. So new rule: you can only have loot boxes if it's purely cosmetic.
Yeah.
Like,
let's just draw a line under it now.
yeah, let's just draw a line. Like what I said earlier about like being able to pay to like for time. Let's just get rid of that.
Let's put that.
Yeah. Like even buying stuff that you know you're getting.
You're right though. I mean, it's
That's
the broader point you're
ridiculous.
making
That really upsets me.
It's insane.
That's disgusting.
That for me as well that was the best part of this year's COD was Blackout. Like, that was the only feature I actually thought was interesting because it was just more Call of Duty otherwise, and that was its like unique selling point for me.
Yeah.
And I played quite a lot of Blackout. I mean, don't get us wrong, I hit a point, like, I don't know, 2 months ago where I was done with it. But I'm just at that point with Battle Royale. I'm a bit out on Battle Royale.
I get that way with just Call of Duty in general. Like I've maybe, like World War II was the first one I played since Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
So I missed what?
Same, I think I missed a couple and went back in at World War II because I really bought into the hyper. Boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground. I'm like, oh god, that's what I want. I want boots on the ground. You know what I mean?
I like Black Ops 3. I like running on walls. I like that type of stuff. But I like with World War II as a setting. Like
I must say, I was one of the people who didn't hate Advanced Warfare, considering that was the first one that went.
Yeah, I never
like,
played
the
it.
double drum and stuff like that. But like, I didn't hate. Like, it wasn't the worst Call of Duty I'd played at that point even.
Yeah.
Because I think what was before that? I can't even remember which one was before that. Oh, it might have been Modern Warfare 3. I wasn't impressed with.
No, wasn't it? Was Ghosts?
Ghosts wasn't amazing either.
No, I never played Ghosts. I never played
Ghosts was
Advanced
the first
Warfare.
one that worked because Ghosts was the end of last gen cycle and the beginning, so that was on both. And then the next year was Advanced, I think.
Was that Advanced? And then it was Black Ops 3? Or was it Black Ops 3 then Advanced?
No, it was Advanced first, then it was Black Ops 3, and then Infinite War.
Yeah, I didn't play Infinite War either. That's
Or
the other
was it
one I was
Infinite
missing.
Warfare and then Black
Yeah.
Ops.
So
That was Infinite Warfare because that was the least played.
I've kind of been skipping them,
Yeah.
like, and not buying them every year.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just get that itch of just like run and gun, quick
yeah.
arcade action shooter, like arena shooter type stuff.
Well, my original point obviously was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Showed some gameplay.
All comes back round.
Exactly for Modern Warfare. They've showed a 2v2 mode called Gunfight.
Right.
So basically it's 6 rounds, best of 6 rounds, and you just spawn in with a primary and a sidearm, but it's random every time, but all 4 players have the same. Order, so it's really balanced and it looks really fun. But it was the first time I saw it. The only downside was that it was streamed on Twitch, so it's like they must be well known. I don't know any of these players. Nothing, no reflection on them. It's just I've never heard them. The one name rings a bell, Syndicate, but I don't know.
I know the name, but
anyway, so it's 4 pro players playing it, but it was on Twitch, so it was like the stream was capped at 720p, so like loads of the new engine and stuff. It didn't look very impressive,
yeah.
But that's just because of Twitch. I've seen more videos of it since, and still. But what was surprising is it looked like Rainbow Six Siege, and they've added the lean and everything. And because this mode was really small maps, and it was just like 2v2, and it was dead tactical, I was like, oh, this looks really fun. It looks really balanced. But apparently, like, a lot of the internet were losing their mind because they were like, this isn't Call of Duty, blah blah blah. But they are doing a full multiplayer reveal.
Yeah.
But they've had to come out and say this is what I hate about this generation now, is that there's just like Twitter outrage, and then the company has to come out and say something every time. So they've had to come out and go, of course we're going to have team deathmatch and search and destroy.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be Call of Duty, you know what I mean? Like,
people are so quick to like jump on things, be like, oh, this isn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter what, like, just because it's not what you want, it doesn't mean it's not what someone else, like someone else might want that. Like, don't get irate. Give it a minute.
It's going to get some backlash. I mean, it already
They
has,
always do.
It already has a bit with IGN, where IGN have played a bit of the campaign, and they weren't impressed with what they've seen. They thought it was a bit too
a bit too
visceral
edgy and stuff, and they went,
it was too real, too harsh.
Yeah, not liberal enough. Like,
absolutely, where they were just like, well, it was like there was times that it was awkward and difficult decisions to be made, and I thought, I can't do this for 6 hours, and I was like, yeah, you do strike as someone who can't do hard work for more than 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
I bet you're the kind of person who can't watch like the Godfather or anything.
I couldn't watch Godfather. I couldn't watch Kill Bill back to back, not 1 and 2. Like, well, it's too much violence.
Yeah,
like, I need a break halfway through.
It's the whole thing about Cyberpunk 2077. The kick off on that.
Absolutely.
Because it was one journalist went off and he was like, oh well, I don't agree with this group of this gang being called the Animals, and they're all black, and and the Voodoo Boys all having these Haitian accents and stuff, and it's like, it's some white guy who's written this. The creator of Cyberpunk 2077 is a black guy who has been heavily involved in the creation of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then like you saw loads of like Haitian gamers are like, this is amazing. They got the accents right. I didn't have to didn't have to subtitle it. I knew exactly what they were saying. It's great. I'm being represented in games, but no,
apparently that's not good enough.
Someone didn't like it.
The thing is what's hilarious is the antithesis of that is that not only can nobody win, CD Projekt Red, who are making it, cannot win, because when they made The Witcher, there was the backlash that The Witcher was whitewashed. They're like, oh, there's too many white people in this fictional game that's set in a Nordic country which is predominantly white.
Yeah.
Like, and there was a huge backlash. It was like, so what? They cannot have it too white, but they cannot have it too black. Like, what can they have it?
Well, it was like Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah.
That got a lot of backlash because there wasn't any characters of colour in it, and it's because it's not a fantasy game. Yeah. That one is set in a historical, time zone where there wasn't many people of colour in that region of Europe.
But I mean, it's been going on for years. Was it Resident Evil 5 where it was just like, you're just going around shooting African people?
Yeah.
And you're like, because it's set in Africa and there's an infection and the majority of the populace have become infected in this fictional game set in Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just no.
It just gets to a point where people need to just stop and take a step back from stuff.
But what's the ultimate goal is always my question. I'm like, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do in Resident Evil is randomly, artificially insert loads of white people into Africa.
Yeah.
So that...
It's like, there was a video I saw, it was extra credits.
Yeah.
And did it about forcing people to play as Nazis in Battlefield 5.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's like, don't normalise Nazis.
Don't normalise Nazis. And then there was a huge backlash and extra credits lost. It was like something like 100k subs a day for a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And they said, it's fine, we're happy to lose all these bigoted people. They're like, that doesn't mean they're bigoted. That means they thought your video was fucking bullshit, mate.
Yeah.
they're like Rainbow Six Siege, they don't have terrorists in their game because everyone's just an operative, blah blah blah. And you're like, yeah, they're doing that so they can sell more operatives to people.
Yeah.
It's not because they hate the term terrorist or something, you know.
No, I don't I've been playing Counter-Strike for years, and you've got counter-terrorists and terrorists.
Well, no, you're a terrorist.
I'm a terrorist, yeah, it's normalised.
You are.
I don't even, you don't even think about it when you're playing. It's like when we're playing Battlefield, it's like you can pick they're not Axis or the Allies. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they're all German at the minute because that's what they've been portraying. It's been very Britain versus Germany. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we know that down the line we're getting Japanese and Americans. Yeah. And we're going to probably at some point.
Does that mean
Russians.
That at one point I'm going to become American?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Stop normalising Americans.
Yeah. And it's just insane.
And it's I don't even think about it like that when I play. I just think...
Nobody does. I mean, especially...
I'm on this side and I've got this equipment.
No normal person thinks like that. Especially no hardcore gamer of that genre. And it's a first-person game anyway, so you don't even see your character. Mm. And then one of the more stupid points they put in the video was I say more stupid because it was all fucking stupid. But it was just it's not like they said, told you that your character doesn't identify as a Nazi and was forced into conscription. And it was just maybe they could have it so before you have to play, you see a video and you're like, so what, I've got to watch the same 2-minute video every time?
Yeah.
I play 50% of my games.
The other thing as well is there's no Nazi like symbology in the game.
That's why they literally like they obviously there's the whole backlash with Battlefield anyway. For being, like adding women and so like it's the most inclusionary Battlefield game ever. They've put women in, and they've also like said they don't say the word. They don't call them the Nazis. They call them the Axis. They haven't got a swastika in. They've just got like
the Iron Cross.
It's not even a proper Iron Cross, is it? It's just basically a cross.
Well,
it's not even a proper,
I don't
like,
think it's.
It doesn't even look like a proper Iron Cross. You know what I mean? It's like they've just put a black cross on. Do you know what I mean? Like they couldn't have like dulled it down. They couldn't have turned it down to 7 if they tried anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like clickbaity.
Yeah,
like I want.
But like it's just hilarious
outrage.
that extra credits kind of just missed the mark so hugely.
Yeah.
But then have also like they won't accept that and they're just like, well, no, you're all wrong, and you're like, but look at all of your other videos where like your like to dislike ratio was really positive. Then this video is horrendous. What are the chances that if you've made, just for argument's sake, 20 videos and then one's shit, what are the chances that everyone else is wrong? I think it's this one video, mate, like you missed the mark, you know what I mean? Just hold your hands up. Sometimes it's fair to say, like that's what I'd respect him more if he just had conviction and said, oh well, we made a mistake.
We maybe read into it a bit too far.
Maybe read into this too far, or at least the conviction to say, oh well, we still believe that. Sorry, you disagree or something.
Yeah.
Or it's fair. Or if you disagree, that's fair enough. But to be like, no, you're fucking wrong. You're all bigots.
It's like
we're glad you're gone. You're like, but you're losing revenue. You're literally losing money.
Yeah, like being offended is subjective. It's like music taste. It's like
there's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. Like I've always maintained that there's no, like there are things that shouldn't be. Like there shouldn't be racism, homophobia, or anything like that. It just people should just fucking get along. It doesn't matter. People just want to get through their life with a bit of happiness. Like it doesn't. Don't give a shit. Like
what if your happiness is towards being a prick?
Yeah, like
I feel like that is becoming a thing.
But it's like me telling you, that band you like, they're shit. Yeah. They've sold millions of copies of their albums,
hugely successful,
but they're shit.
No,
I just don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. Like,
there's definitely not enough of that though. It's just honest journalism, is there?
No.
Where I would just prefer that if it was, in my opinion, I feel.
Yeah,
like
that's the key. Like, preface it with, in my opinion, rather than this is wrong because.
It basically said. It said everyone who's played Battlefield 5 is a Nazi. They're literally saying that, like, well, you're a Nazi because you played as a Nazi anyway. That doesn't mean I identify or feel any sympathy for that cause and never did. Like,
I went on a trip. We were in Poland. Went to visit Auschwitz and Birkenau, and that is haunting. Tragic, it's horrible that atrocity happened. Yeah. But now because I play Battlefield 5, just as guilty as the soldiers.
Like, a lot of people would go back in time and kill Hitler, but some people are just going to come back and kill you for playing Battlefield. Yeah. They're not going to stop you. They're not going to intervene and say, if you play this, unwittingly you'll become one. They'll wait till after you've played it and then shoot you.
Yeah, it's like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can we stop?
Just please stop.
Like,
I just can't believe how, like, say, calm they were with losing such, like, so many subscribers, so much revenue.
Someone somewhere wasn't calm.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere was panicking.
You just think, though, like, where's the person in that organisation where they're like, whoa, like, what the hell? Because that social media is obviously run by the same guy who's bloody editing. Because the editor's just like, well, this is ridiculous, and you're all Nazis.
You just need to let artists show the art that they want to show, because that's what games are. It's a culmination of all forms of art coming together. You've got storytelling, you've got visuals, you've got audio, you've got actual art, like in the style of a game and everything. It's a combination of all these different art styles coming together, and it's getting shit on by people because someone's artist's vision doesn't.
I just think of, hilariously, obviously being big Battlefield players, of all the things you could pick, that just seems like the worst.
Yeah.
The worst thing to jump on, like I say. But you're happy for the female women on the front lines that didn't happen.
Yeah.
You're okay with that. Does that mean that I'm a female Nazi? Does it? Like, I
Oh,
don't-
yeah, you must be.
I must identify as a female Nazi now.
Yeah, you must do.
It's a good job these videos aren't monetized because YouTube would demonetize
Oh,
us
yeah, because
in a heartbeat because we've said Nazi like 4 times,
probably more.
400 times.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that's just mental. Like they just miss the mark so much.
yeah. I think there's a lot of people missing the mark out there. Like just in regards
There's a lot of it going on where it's just like, what's the line? Like, what do you
Yeah.
want?
Normally,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't bring stuff like that up. I would just let other people deal with it because I'm not.
I normally try not to avoid that stuff, but when it gets on the game, and obviously it's like
Yeah.
relevant, so it's worth a mention.
Yeah, no.
But
It's,
yeah, it just seems a bit.
what were we talking
It's
about?
A bit silly stuff. And things. Don't know if you'd seen Destiny 2 is going
Free to play, yeah, I saw that.
It's going to be called New Light. I think it's going to be September.
Yeah, because
So
they've
it's to
moved
get
away
people-
from. Is it?
They moved
Moved
away from Activision.
yeah.
So Bungie. So it might actually be worth playing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the base game. You're getting in all of the content with the base game, but then the DLC you do have to pay for.
I think I've got
But
the,
apparently
like
you can
most
go
of it.
to the DLC homeworlds.
right. So you still got the
So
like
you
the
can
planet.
actually go there and still fight on those planets, and there's still enemies there. You know what I mean? And the hubs, you just kind of.
None of the story
Just kinda do
content
the
and
story
stuff.
content. But it's the idea is getting people up to speed with their friends and stuff, and I think you might actually be able to start a higher level build character as well, so you don't have to grind through the base game levels if you want to go straight into the DLC with your friends,
And, right.
which I think's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
I think they did that anyway, like in one of the later DLCs, where you could like, if you wanted to play that DLC, you could start with
You
like
could
a
just start
character.
with,
You
like,
could
a
basically,
level 30 character.
Yeah.
That's smart. I think it seems like it's a step in the right direction.
no, I keep debating whether to jump back to that. I see a few people, my friends, they're still like occasionally
Well,
jumping
I'm
back to it.
thinking I
So
might jump on it when obviously it goes free to play, because well, for Xbox, because I don't have it on my Xbox, I've got it on my PlayStation.
I've got it on my Xbox.
So I might wait and jump in,
Yeah,
because some of the DLC looks cool. Plus, like,
I've played all the story content up
Um,
to. Well, I haven't played the latest one,
I can't
but
remember which one was it. It might have been Forsaken. I had like a really interesting PvP.
yeah, it was
I don't remember what it's called now.
Gambit.
Gambit. I remember
It
watching
is
a
good.
video and being
It is
like,
quite
I
fun.
want to play that. Like,
Yeah,
that's cool.
that was fun.
Yeah.
I jumped in when Forsaken came out and played that, and I played all the story content and stuff. That's all I
do
played.
like doing
Destiny
shooters,
for.
and obviously I love first-person shooters. And I played a bit of Destiny. It's just I'd like missed Destiny 2 at the time when people were jumping on. So I
Yeah.
played it like later than launch,
Right.
and I ended up just playing Crucible mostly. But it was pretty fun.
If you're having fun.
You know what I mean? But I would have preferred to play the actual story content. But I think it's one of those ones where it's like it's not super fun by yourself. It's a bit like Borderlands. Borderlands better with people
Yeah.
than it is solitaire. Not that it's bad or anything. It's just better. Like takes it to the next level. The biggest news I'm thinking of that's just been announced is the Switch Lite.
Yeah. Is it called Switch Lite? I thought it was.
Switch Lite, I think it
Is
is.
it Switch Lite? Yeah, it's like a non-TV-able,
Yeah. So
only portable controllers can't
it's
be
weird,
removed.
yeah, so it's just one static unit. It's the screen size is the same, I think.
Mhm. It's
just
the same
an
unit,
actual-
you
yeah,
just-
that's just small. But obviously, you kind of dock it, so you kind of switch it, which obviously a lot of people are losing their mind. For me, it's the price drop isn't enough. So they're saying obviously if the Nintendo Switch in the UK is like $280, and it's $280 in America, so it's not very great exchanges.
Yeah.
So they're going to say bring it down to 200, but I just don't feel like that's enough for what you're losing.
Yeah.
Like to lose, because you're losing, not only do you lose the Joy-Cons being detachable, so you've got you lose the motion controls.
And 2-player.
Yeah, so you lose the 2-player on one thing. It's got taken the vibration out, so the rumble packs, which was one of the things, it's like, it's got HD rumble, blah blah blah. That's gone. I can't think of the name of it now. There was a thing where you could get those little toys. What were those fucking toys called?
Amiibos?
Yeah, Amiibos. Was some sort of thing where I could scan the Amiibos. That's off.
Why does my brain retain that kind of information?
I'm
I've never
impressed.
used an Amiibo before. Never owned one. Never seen one in person.
But
my brain-
down the street. Just like, hey.
Hey, Amiibo! My brain retains that they're called Amiibos.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, I just feel like 150. I'd be like, wow, that's really good. I'd be really impressed.
Yeah.
I would have liked a bit more functionality. Like, I know people talk about, like, oh, you don't want an upgraded version, but just the battery life. Because one of the things has always put me off the Nintendo Switch. I don't own one, and I probably won't, to be honest. Is it's like 3 hours undocked on average. Like if you play Zelda, for example, 3 hours undocked. So if this is constantly undocked, I would have hoped they would have put a better battery in, but they haven't. They're not doing that, and I just feel like, and what's weird is Nintendo actually have really good battery technology. They just haven't put it in this, because in their Pro Controller since the original Wii, their Pro Controllers lasted 40 hours plus.
Yeah.
So I think it was the Pro Controller for the Wii U was like an 80-hour battery life. Like they have some crazy good lithium batteries. They just obviously keep the cost down is why they haven't done it. But I don't know. I don't understand who the market's for. Like who's really interested in getting an undockable Switch? Like you can't play with your friend. One of the things
pay that extra 80 quid for the ability to dock it in the house. Like,
the people who probably play it undocked all the time, they already have a Switch, so they can just keep playing the Switch. Yeah. One of the things people have said is because obviously it was the two detachable Joy-Cons, and they had to be technically a full controller for a second person. Obviously you didn't have a D-pad, you just had 4 buttons, so they're replaced. So there's a D-pad on the Switch Lite, so you get a D-pad for people who like that, rather than just having 4 buttons. So people are like, oh, it'll be better for fighting games and things like that. But that's still such a niche amount of people you're talking of, like. Yeah. Because I mean, you got to think of the pool of people who are interested in this, then the pool of people who buy it, then the pool of people who might play fighting games and give a fuck. You know? Yeah. It's like, well, those 7 people are gonna be happy.
Like those people who are playing fighting games are probably playing those fighting games on one of the other consoles.
Exactly. Plus, like, I feel like if I was to get Street Fighter, I mean, I don't even know if it's on, but if I was going to get Street Fighter on the Switch, for example, it'd be so that I could be at work on my break and be like, come on, let's have a... here's your controller, bud. I'll fucking chin you as rival, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that seems like the joy of the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think...
And I just...
I'm assuming they've done their market research.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just the price drop is the big thing. The biggest thing is just 200
not quite enough.
It's worth paying that extra 80 quid for how much extra you get for that 80 quid.
Definitely, I would agree.
Like, it hasn't stripped enough out of it. Do you have any gaming news that you can recall? Because I've locked myself out of this because it's not my thing, it's my girlfriend's, and I don't know a code.
I think I've covered everything that I've...
Should we go on to what you're playing?
Bring that section back since the last 2 episodes.
Well, we had like a theme for the first episode, didn't we? Yeah. And it was like, and then obviously E3 came.
E3 did come.
And E3 is its own. And that was so long it had to be 2 parts.
Yeah.
So that's not our fault.
Yeah.
That E3 happened.
So Ben, what are you playing?
Well, we've started playing Rainbow Six Siege, haven't we?
We have.
Just in general, we're just looking for another multiplayer show.
I think we're both a little bit sick of Battlefield 5.
So I mean, I have been playing Battlefield 5. It's only the past couple of days I've put it on the back burner, but it's just so broken, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just there's something not quite right about it. Yeah,
they just keep releasing patches and it breaks more than it fixes.
Yeah,
I think it was Level Cap Gaming posted, because he's a big Battlefield player, but he covers all topics on shooters in general. And it was like, Battlefield 5, Xbox One patch, and I was buzzing, like, Xbox One fix, it said it, and I was like, and it completely clickbaited us, because I was like, yes, click on it, and it was like, the crashing problem that some people are experiencing is now fixed. And I'm like, mine's not crashing, it's just everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just invisible players, and just... Sometimes I kind of aim down sights in a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
I aim down my sight and it's black, and...
sometimes you load into a game and it's just all black. You can run around, but you're in a...
Yeah.
You're in like the Stranger Things.
Yeah, you're in the upside down.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that a lady Nazi that I identify as, or is it a demagogue? And you can never.
Stop saying Nazi. We can't normalise it.
Sorry, I know. But yeah, we've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. We haven't played much of the base game though.
No, we've played Showdown.
We've been playing Showdown, which is my new temporary game mode, which is fucking fun.
It is fun. Anyone who doesn't know, it's basically 3-on-3 on a small map. It's set in like a western thing, so you've got...
They made a new map. I didn't expect a new map.
It's a whole new map. It's quite small. There's a church in the middle, and it's got some gold in it. and
Yeah.
you're part of either the law or
Yeah.
the gravel top gang.
Gravel top.
And
That's the thing. There's great voiceover work.
yeah, well, that's
as
the thing. It's like they've added like your characters, your operatives
Yeah.
don't matter. Like you've all just got a revolver and a shotgun, and you've got some equipment. Like if you're on defense, you've got a deployable shield or barbed wire, and if you're on attack, you've got smoke grenades or a frag grenade.
Yeah.
And it's just law has got to get in, secure the gold, or kill everyone.
Yeah.
Gravel top gang
I mean,
got to hold
it does
out.
boil down to just killing everyone.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
But
I think
it's-
I've had one game where someone's like actually captured the point.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long to capture it. That's like 10
No,
seconds.
but it helps. It's even then. Even when it comes to just killing, you've got the. If someone gets in, it brings people
Oh god.
in and stuff. So it is
I
a
do
focal
think
point.
Yeah, I think it needs it. It really
Yeah.
grounds the whole mode.
But it's got this voiceover, and it's this guy, and it's like the gravel top gang held up in the church.
Yeah.
The law are here to stop them, and then every time someone dies, it's like, oh, one of the law went
Yeah.
down, or the gravel top gang's down to one and stuff. And it's just really cool. Like
is
it's got
really
a lot
cool.
of atmosphere. It's quick. The rounds are quick. It's like
super
first
quick and
to
it's super tense. It's like
first to 3.
yeah. I mean, it's like Siege condensed. Like what
Yeah.
I really like about it is obviously with us just playing Siege, my aim's fucking terrible on Siege. Like, so I feel like it's helping us learn the shooting a bit better and a bit quicker. Because in the base game, obviously you're waiting to get in, and then you die and you're out, and then you're waiting, watching other players, and I'm like just sitting going, why am I shit? Why am I shit? 4 minutes. Why am I shit? You know.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just get in.
And it's just hella fun, and it's just
It's really
clutch as
good fun.
fuck. And one of the things I said earlier on when like I was 2 or 3 games in, I was like, I've died like 3 games in a row, and I was like, I'm not mad at a single death.
Yeah.
And I'm never like that in any shooter, even from day one. Like usually the fucking first, I'm like, nah, shot him first. I'm like, nah, I'm with that shot, and that guy made a fucking class shot.
Yeah.
I mean, the kill cam really helps. Like kill cams
it does.
really bring it to the next.
But the sound in that game, like the sound of
sound
like
is
footsteps, is
fucking
amazing. It's like that time I was in the corner of the church,
yeah.
and like the guy
He's
was
outside.
the guy was outside, and I knew exactly where he
Yeah.
was, and I didn't like. I just knew he was behind me here, and I knew he was moving around this way, and then he stopped and he came back this way, so I sort of turned this way to wait for the entrance here. But then he changed his mind again. I heard him coming, and I took the shot based on sound, not sight.
Yeah.
Like
It's amazing. Well, I mean, it's like I say, it's
Very
just
good
so
fun.
fucking tense.
Yeah.
I remember what I was watching you. I was already dead at that point. You were the last one alive, and just watching you, and I'm just like, oh, he's coming! Like,
Yeah.
I can hear him coming. And it's just like I say, it's what's so good as well is because it's only 3v3, and because it's got such good good's arguable, but it's such a fast time to kill. I like fast time to kill. Because of the fast time to kill, it's like you can ace, you can get all 3 players.
yeah,
So like even though you might be the last one, you've still got a good chance
yeah,
of getting at least 2 of them, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe all 3. So I really like that. Like, I don't know if you've seen that. I think it was, we were playing the other day and then you'd left and it was only the next game and I clipped it. But a guy came around the corner and he was on defence. And like I say, the defenders have the shield. When you get the shield out, it's like one section of the shield, like one middle chunk of the shield, like a rectangle. And then obviously when you deploy it, it deploys into like 4 or 5 rectangles standing up from the ground. So he walked around the corner and I shot him in the chest in the shield and it dinged off and like got it twice and I had to clip it because it was just such a smart tactic that he came around the corner like with this shield and I didn't know what to do and I like shot 2 shots. I got him eventually, but it was just like so funny. I was just like,
yeah.
and it's just like this mode is so basic, and I think you said it yourself when it was like I would have paid for this by itself as a standalone game.
Like 15
like if
quid.
this was like just a 15 quid.
A couple of maps.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
it could, it's a shame because it's only got like, I mean, at the time of us recording 2 or 3 days left,
yeah.
and it'll probably be gone by the
I
time
think
this
it's
airs,
probably Monday off.
which is just a shame because it's super fun.
It is very good fun. What else have you
Did
been
you
playing?
play the infected mode that they had before that?
No, I only just
I
picked
played
up
it
Siege
first time
recently.
round because they did it like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Because that's how I have Rainbow Six Siege. Was my friend bought it for us because they were adding that infected mode. He said, "Oh, we'll start playing that because I really like the terrorist hunt, and there's that infected mode." And it was the same kind of thing where it was like really well done, and I was surprised that it was just a temporary mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so strong.
Well, aren't they
to
bringing
just
that
throw
into
away.
a full mode?
Yeah, like I just feel like it just should have been an option all the time on the menu. Like COD Zombies, it should have just been Rainbow Six Siege has infected, and I would love Showdown to be permanent.
Yeah, I would love it to
I
be
really-
permanent. I
I really don't think it's like one of those games because it's got almost like a Counter-Strike vibe to it, where it's like this is just a timeless good skill. Like you could just always put 10 minutes, 20 minutes in that, play fucking 5-6 rounds, and it's just it's such a good little time sink.
I
I've been
really
playing
enjoyed
it
it.
between other games because I went back to playing Battlefield 1 because I'm sick of Battlefield 5. And I fucking hated Battlefield 1, you know, like pretty much the entire time that game was out. The only thing I liked about it was the graphics. I was just like, this game's fucking gorgeous. And then I hate everything else. And I'm really fucking enjoying it now. It turns out that's how you enjoy something, is you just find something worse.
Yeah.
And then you go back and love it. What else have I had a plus on? I got Assassin's Creed Origins, like the hypocrite that I am. I was like, I'm done with Assassin's Creed, blah, blah. And it was so cheap, and I was like, well, it does look pretty in 4K, and I wouldn't mind.
Did you go with Origins or did you go?
Origins, yeah.
Origins.
Because I thought Egypt was more interesting to me personally. Like, is it Greece?
Greece, yeah.
Yeah.
And that map is huge in Odyssey.
And I figured that if Odyssey was really fucking good, if Origins was really good, I'd be more inclined to go and play it where I wouldn't go the other way around, because it'd be more of a step back, I'd imagine. Because I imagine they've improved on everything, you know what I mean?
They have.
So I thought it made more sense to do that, but I haven't played much. I played like 2 or 3 hours, but it's really impressive visually. And the mechanics are tight as fuck. Hilarity uses the exact same font. It's the same company. It's Ubisoft, isn't it? But they use the exact same font and colour of damage numbers as Far Cry New Dawn. So when you shoot something and it does like 1,560 pops off and it does that exact, but it's the same text and it's the same colour and everything. I was like, oh, Ubisoft. Ubisoft's open world model.
Yeah, they have a format.
They do, like. But yeah, how about yourself?
Rainbow Six Siege. I've been playing a bit of. Been playing. Started Neo on PlayStation. So I love like Dark Souls and that sort of thing. And it went on the PlayStation Hits, so it was 15 quid.
Had you played it already? Are you?
No, never played it. So I started playing that.
That's one of those games where, like, it's not my style of game, but I love the visuals of it.
Yeah, visually it's cool. Style, great.
Yeah.
The problem I've got with it is it kind of just made me want to go back and play Sekiro.
Yeah.
Like, Sekiro is so good.
So much better.
Neo's good. I haven't played much of it. I've played like the first level, like the tutorial. There's there's a tutorial-y bit where you're in the Tower of London, and then there's like another tutorial-y bit, and then it kind of opens up and it becomes like a level select screen with a map, which I found weird. It wasn't like everything was interconnected or anything. I mean, it's not a From Software game, so I'm not entirely surprised.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I don't quite understand it. There's a lot of like stand switching stuff, and you've got to like tap a button to get your stamina back, and I haven't figured it out yet, so I don't want to go into too much detail.
Okay. So you're just always out of energy.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like hammering buttons to slash stuff and then going, oh, now I'm getting critical hit. Because I'm learning.
Gameplay for Remnants of the Ashes?
No.
It's like they're calling it like the Dark Souls of shooters, and it's like a 3rd-person shooter, but it's like a 3-player co-op one.
Right.
But it looks like a Dark Souls game, kind of like being like dark and dungy, and but it is a looter shooter in a sense as well. But it actually looks quite interesting. I just feel like, obviously, if you haven't seen it, you'll have to go and see it.
Yeah,
it just seems like something might be up your street just with that. But obviously, it's shooting rather than
hack and slash.
But you do, well, I think you have limited ammo as well. Those you do have a weapon as well.
Right.
So you carry 2 weapons, and
I'll check it out.
And there's different classes, and I think you just complement each other.
I'll definitely check that out. Sounds fun.
Just as a side thing.
Nice. Like
it just came to us. I just thought, like, he fucking loves Dark Souls and that. But it could just be clever marketing, because they say that it's like when Dark Souls meets Mario, and it's like, well, what's the game? Luigi's Mansion. You're like, it's not really, is it? You know what I mean? They could just be saying it for money.
Yeah. What else have I been playing? I'm playing a bit of Dota Underlords.
Yeah.
Basically, it started off as a mod in Dota 2, which is weird because obviously Dota 2 started as a mod of Warcraft 3,
right?
And then became its own thing. Obviously, League of Legends was that, and then Valve bought out it. I don't know what the business was, but a few years ago, and I used to play Dota a lot, hence the Dota 2 t-shirt. So Dota Underlords, it was based on a game called Auto Chess.
Okay.
And basically what it is you've got a board and you like level up and you pick heroes, so the characters from the game.
Yeah.
They all have different things. There's different synergies. So if you have like 3 warriors, you get like extra armor, which means to take less damage.
All right.
And it's all like random, so you get a selection of like 5 units to choose from. And then you've just got to like build synergies, and like every round, like if you win, you get gold, and that like each unit costs different money and stuff. There's a lot of depth to it,
Right.
but it's really fucking simple as well, so it's kind of fun.
So it's like hooks you in quickly, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of more stuff.
The only problem I've got with it is the games, like if you do well, can take up to like an hour, which is quite a lot of time investment. It's not something you can just like quickly play. So
That's the thing with like being. I mean, you're obviously much more broad than me in terms of like game choice, but
oh yeah, you only play shooters.
yeah, exactly. But like, I just love that about gaming in the sense of you have like loads of different styles of game that you have when you're a big gamer, like, rather than just someone who just plays one game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I love having like, oh, this is the one I play with friends. This is me co-op one. This is me single player one.
oh yeah, like I've got
like
all
you've got to
those.
have 5 to 10 on the go.
I've always got 3 or 4
Yeah.
different games. I've got like my multiplayer game, so it was like obviously me and you were playing a bit of Battlefield and stuff. I've got Apex, who I play with some friends, and then Dota Underlords. Just sit and like if I'm listening to a podcast or something, I'll watch like I'll play Dota Underlords.
Like when I play by myself, I always listen to music. I have music on while I play.
It depends on the game. I can't play stuff like Battlefield, like where audio is important. I can't play like music, but like, I was sat last night playing Blazing Chrome, which came on the Game Pass. It's like a 16-bit retro Contra style shooter.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, but like it's one of those games.
Just added more on the Game Pass, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, I constantly add on, but in the last 3 weeks, they've added My Time at Portia or Portia. I don't know how you pronounce it. That's like a farming
it is,
game.
It's like Stardew Valley or something.
Yeah, I loaded it up to give it a go,
Yeah.
and like I had to follow some guy as part of the start of the tutorial, and it was so slow.
Oh,
I was
Christ,
like,
yeah.
I just want to figure this stuff out on my own. I don't want to have to
Yeah.
follow someone, so I just gave up on that. They've added Shadow of War,
Oh yeah.
which I picked up a couple of months ago because it was cheap. Because I wanted to play that, because they've removed all the loot boxes out of it.
Yeah.
They've just
That's
pulled
another
everything
one,
out.
like say loot boxes, and had to
Yeah.
be stripped out of the game.
And now they're completely gone, so I thought I'd give that a go a few months back. So
Dead Rising 4 went on.
Yeah, Dead Rising 4 went
The
on.
worst Dead Rising.
I think it's better than 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really didn't like 3. I think it's just because I didn't like there was too much focus on vehicles in 3, and I don't like the driving in Dead Rising games because it's terrible.
It is terrible. I liked 3 just because it had qual, I think. Like literally, though it didn't have very.
Yeah.
I mean, the graphical improvement was a jump. I mean, even I've said this to you many times before. I'm not a biggest fan of combo weapons in general. Like, although a lot of people for them that is Dead Rising. For me, obviously, I prefer Dead Rising 1's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, mine
So
too.
normally, I don't use the combo weapons if I don't have to a lot of the time.
Yeah, the problem is from 2 onwards they became essential.
Yeah.
Like a baseball bat just didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Compared to a baseball bat covered in nails, and I liked in Dead Rising 2, I liked the when you held the button down to do an attack, it was like the baseball bat, you would like jab them in the stomach and then smack them in the head.
I like
and
that you could
stuff.
throw whatever item you had, and sometimes it would do like an animation and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you'd like spin around and throw it. Was it the sledge saw or something? Like
Yeah.
That? And it would like cut through them and stuff.
I mean, I love Dead Rising. Dead Rising 1 is definitely the best.
Oh,
Like Dead Rising 2, I like because it was just more of the first one with a bit more over the topness.
Yeah.
But
I
then
used to say before 2 came out, because the one thing obviously the whole community wanted was co-op, and I was just like, I'd rebuy Dead Rising 1 if they just patched co-op. But then I've thought about that since then, and I'm like, I'd still do that. I'd still added co-op to Dead Rising 1.
I keep looking at it on like the games list when you're scrolling through games, and it's like, I know they sort of re-released it on Xbox One. And I'm looking at it going, every time I scroll past it and I hover over it for a while, and I'm like
too long.
Ooh, could I play that again? I
don't think is it like I have played it on PlayStation 4 and it isn't as good as you remember.
No.
But it is still but it's still.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like the controls and
The controls
in
are
it.
tanky as well.
Yeah, like but that game, like just the fact that it didn't matter if you failed. In fact,
Yeah.
part of the game was failing
You were meant
to
to
then
fail.
start again.
Well, that was the problem. That's what I said, like in Dead Rising 4 in general, just the lack of failure.
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't die once. I didn't complete the game, but I remember vividly getting to level 37 and being bored off my lips and being like, "Wow, this is the first Dead Rising game I don't want to finish."
Yeah,
And I hadn't died once, and that wasn't a skill thing. That's not me going, "Oh, I'm a badass," because if I was playing Dead Rising 1, I'd have died like 50 times by then.
yeah,
It was just, you could carry so much health, and then they made it so quick to heal as well. So they made it so that you just press down on the D-pad, so it's
Yeah.
instant heal. Like it wasn't like, oh, you can only carry so many heals and you've got to flip through your inventory to get to those
well,
heals.
that's
And then obviously as you level up, you had skill points, but you could choose what you wanted. So I was like, well, if I just boost health, I'm indestructible. So I just boosted health.
mhm.
It's my own fault for cheesing the game, I suppose.
Yeah,
But by level 15, I was like, oh, I'm indestructible now.
yeah.
And I
Like
just was.
that's the thing I loved about like Dead Rising 1 was obviously you had your inventory,
Yeah.
and when you started out, it was very
It's
limited. It
tiny,
was like
it's like 5 slots.
5 slots, and like you always carried an orange
You
juice.
had to have an orange juice.
Always,
or
because
coffee
that was your
creamer,
yeah, because they were the ones that gave you like
Yeah,
a
3
big
balls.
3 balls, yeah. And then you'd always have like a donut or an apple
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a side. So there's 2 of your slots
There's
taken
2
up with
slots
health.
gone with health.
Now you need weapons, and weapons break
Yeah, so
easily.
you need a book of some sort.
Yeah, so now you're down to 2.
Yeah. So
And
you
then-
need at least 2 weapons and 2 food items at any given time.
And like you would like your weapon would break, and you'd be like, right, what's the nearest thing I can pick
Yeah.
up, like to just get out of this situation.
But like I said, just the time limit brought so much to the game because
Yeah,
you're like, well, if I want to do the story, I've got to fuck off and go and do
I've got
this.
to go do it. Yeah, and you couldn't save
You
everyone.
couldn't save everyone. You couldn't fight every boss either. You had to be
Pick
like,
and
I'll get
choose.
him on the next playthrough.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a playthrough so I can fight this guy.
Yeah, and it
He
was
only
like
available on the 3rd day at this time. You're like, oh, okay.
wasn't one of the achievements as well to kill like the population's worth of
yeah,
zombies,
kill- yeah.
and to do
It's like
that,
53,000.
it was, yeah,
something like
to
that.
do that you had to literally just concentrate on doing that.
Yeah, you had to like get in cars and drive. You had
Through
to drive
the-
a very specific lap of the freaking.
You had to go
underground.
through the underground just
But you had to do
constantly.
it so that when your car broke down, you could get to
To
another
another
car.
one, yeah.
It's just
Like it was so specific to get that
yeah.
achievement.
I didn't get that achievement.
I got that
I
one,
watched
but-
a video of someone doing it, and I was like, no, thank you.
I did it.
But it was like one. It was like one. That it was like 1 or 2 achievements I didn't get, and it was that, and I think one was like the 7-day survivor.
I don't think I got that one. I
Just
don't think I
had-
got all
it had a
the.
survival mode as well, and I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I
enjoy
could
the
definitely
survival.
have got it if I wanted to. Like it was just time thing. It was like you'd have to play 2-3 hours straight of a mode and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, no thanks.
I didn't get. I think there was a few like I don't think I like saved all the survivors.
Yeah.
So I think by that point I'd had my fill and moved on. But
I think I just played so much of it because it was the reason I bought 360,
yeah, it was the reason I
And-
bought a 360.
and it was the only game I had
Like,
for 6 months. I think
It
at the
was like,
time.
well, I got a 360. I think I got it for Christmas,
yeah,
and I got it in preparation for Dead Rising. I think Dead Rising came out in the March or something. It was early in the year.
it was early in the year. Yeah.
Because I got the.
Well, I got it on my birthday, which was in the June, and it had only been out about a month or something.
Yeah.
like that.
So I got the 360 for Christmas off my parents, along with Oblivion,
Yeah.
and then like
I
Dead
remember it
Rising.
vividly because I literally was working in the cinema that we met in.
Yeah,
I think we
Long
both
time.
worked in. And I spent my wage on the 360 in Dead Rising, and my parents bought us my first flat screen TV because it was my 21st.
Mm.
So it was the first time I'd got an HD TV, and it was a big TV. And then I bought myself the 360 and just remember being like, it's the best. But it was like the only game I had for 6 months because you remember how little we paid for that.
Yeah, and I was like, I got Dead Rising, and I remember the TV I had was like a flat screen, but it wasn't like HD or anything. It was terrible, and
I
the
actually remember that when
screen
people were-
tearing in Dead Rising 1.
There was actually a
abysmal.
thing around Dead Rising where if you played it on a standard TV, people complained they couldn't read the
You
text.
couldn't read the text. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like.
It just didn't display it properly or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember taking a Dead Rising round to my mate's house, and he had just had a regular TV, so I
Yeah.
plugged it in, and we were just like,
Yeah.
can't read anything, but we just had fun
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, obviously,
So
I worked
good.
at the cinema, and then obviously it has a cinema inside. and I got to live out my fantasy of just like throwing the till at customers. It was great.
I used to do that as well. Just stand behind and
Just
just
stand
chuck
and
stuff
be
at
like-
zombies that are coming in.
No, you cannot come in.
Well, you want a large combo? Here you go.
Here's your large combo right here. Oh god, such fond memories of that game.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun memories of that game.
We should probably wrap it up there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. What I would like to say is anyone would like to leave a comment on the YouTube video, any questions, gaming related hopefully,
Yeah.
we would try and answer them in future podcasts.
Yeah.
If anyone would be interested in doing that, please do like and subscribe. We're available on Podbean, iTunes, will be coming to Spotify
Next
the
episode.
next
I
episode.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.